This is Judge Joe Brown, and we're listening to We All Be News. News-free Dixie for the 21st century.
God bless.
Hey, Bob McGregor, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. How about the holidays?
I'm good. Everything was good. People all right. How about yourself?
Good. Fantastic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I'm calling you about.
Huh?
Everybody want to know what you think about something.
About what?
About Fidel Castro.
Oh, look, man. If motherfucking Putin would have died, all the white motherfuckers, the president give half, and these motherfuckers talking about he shouldn't have. I mean, think about that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they accuse Putin of every fucking thing, huh?
Yes, sir.
They accuse the Japanese, the Chinese people of Googling everything. If one of them died, it's protocol, just like you go to a funeral to a number one drug pusher that's your cousin. You don't talk about the drugs. That's what a eulogy is, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so just fuck them motherfuckers, man. First, see, I'm a bad person to ask about it, because I ain't never trusted Castro. You know, never. I've always thought he worked for us. Okay? You talk about when the most secret Navy base in the world is Guantanamo. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Well, why would we have it on enemy territories and 98% of the people work there are Cubans from the island? Okay?
Mm.
And he go all over the world, and they administer nothing to them but niggas, Africans, and what the fuck is he giving them? You know?
Mm.
And so, no, that ain't no bullshit to me. That's why I ain't never been there. And, you know, you're aware they always talk about the when he went to Harlem, Castro.
Yeah, Hotel Teresa. Yeah, well, Malcolm. Tell me when we went to Hotel Teresa.
Yeah.
Fidel.
Did you know he came here first and got a ticker tape parade?
No, I didn't know that. No, sir.
Well, that's what I'm saying now. All you gotta do is Google it. Down fucking Pennsylvania Avenue, man. Huh?
Mm.
And that's where he got his instructions. Well, here's what we want you to do. Shit. No, it's yeah, I had a nice fast, but I worked my ass off today, man. I mean, yesterday, you know, they have World War II. Now, you young, but you heard of World War II, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it was called what? World War II, right?
Yes, sir.
98% of the people on the planet wasn't fighting in the war, so how it get to be World War? You ever thought about that?
Yeah, that's some interesting things to ponder. I mean, and also, like, people are catching up to you about the election thing, because I know you were aware of what Jill Stein, the Green Party candidate, raised all that money in that short period of time, try to force a recount in 3 states.
All that shit is about. Are you aware of the fact that Hillary dead? Are you what? You know they killed her. Did you know that?
I asked you about it. You said they did. Yes, sir. That they replaced her.
Yeah, they said, well, you know, when she went to her daughter's house.
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
Yeah, on 9/11. Yes, sir. She supposedly fell at the memorial, and they rushed her to her daughter's house.
Yeah, but maybe that if you Secret Service, you in charge of her, not her fucking daughter. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Ain't no goddamn doctor at that bitch's house, man.
Mm.
So how are you Secret Service? You in charge, huh?
Yes,
when Reagan got shot, they carried that motherfucker not to the White House, to George Washington Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So how they take her there? And the guy I know in Spain, they monitor everything with satellites, man. So you know that got to be government.
Yes, sir.
They the one that went in, wasn't the one that came out.
Wow.
And they tell you how much fraction of an inch shorter she was, right?
Right.
And the reason motherfuckers call me emergency was a statement I made about Hillary. Lives in Chicago, born right outside of Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and here's the World Series to show you how depressed white folks are. Chicago Cubs ain't won the World Series in 113 years.
Right.
Cleveland ain't won in 50 something. So the motherfucking cheapest ticket to see two teams that ain't been in the World Series in damn near 140 years. the cheapest ticket was $4,000. Then got to be some depressed motherfuckers, right?
Right.
To go see two bad teams
Mm.
in the cheapest ticket. Did you hear me?
That's right.
And I said, but I told him, I'm not talking about this. What I'm talking about, how come Hillary didn't go?
That's
Do you know they knocked out the whole election shit during the World Series?
Mm-hmm.
How come she didn't go? She in Gooseneck, Tennessee, ain't but 4 people come to the rally and 3 of them are blind. You know. So what the fuck is that? You know. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
a game, man. And then what I was looking at was the World War II. You know, I didn't realize till this week, man. More people died from starvation. That's why it was called a world war.
Mm.
More people died from starvation than was killed in the war.
Mm.
Okay? And then there's that word. I kept wondering why you haven't heard from Henry Kissinger, right?
Right.
And this motherfucker, man, did a thing, I don't know if I ever mentioned it on your show, called Useless Eaters. You heard that word
the white paper? Yes, sir. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, his paper that came out, his paper he talked about population control.
Yeah, well, that's what World War II was. They killed more people from starvation all over the world than they did during the war. And then I realized, now that's what this shit is about.
Mm.
That's what they're fixing to do in this here.
Wow.
Starve. That's what you do. So, you know, this is the game, man. And then when we stop getting wrapped up in the shit, motherfucking doctor, what the fuck? I want a doctor operating on me that's upset over the accident. Fuck that shit. And when you motherfuckers start looking, first you act like it ain't a conspiracy. You ain't got the money to look and see if it is, but you know it is. So then start using your God-given intelligence and just ask yourself fucking questions, huh?
Yes, sir.
If I went to Chicago and applied for a job collecting garbage, the first thing they do is ask me for my last year's tax return. This motherfucker ain't turned no tax return, and that don't bother none of you motherfuckers, huh? Mm-hmm. You don't even need to figure that out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But you're so busy you're trying to turn the shit in theater. It ain't show business, huh?
Yes, sir.
People tune into you because they trust you. My goddamn grandmother don't know how to read or write, so she takes it from you, and she don't have to check it out. And you motherfuckers sit around upset over this and upset over that. All of us fixing to die, and we deserve to, because if you pay fucking taxes, you feed into this bitch, okay?
Yes, sir.
And that's all. It's that fucking simple. So I went out, man, and found them. See, I read a book when I was 9 years old, man, called The Good Earth.
Yeah, I heard that book. I remember that book. Yes, sir.
Pearl Buck, about the famine in China.
Mm-hmm.
The Good Earth. And I'm saying, damn. And then it's about these Chinese guys see this smoke coming out the stack at this house. And they run in there looking for food and saw this pot on the stove, and they tried to it fell off, and the bitch was cooking dirt.
Mm.
And I'm saying, wait a minute, shit, dirt. So if you plant some turnips in sand, nothing gonna grow. You plant it in dirt, it'll grow. So it's something in the dirt. And so sitting there, and I get this book. 2 days ago, I was going to get something else and saw this book and saw the word Useless Eaters about World War II. Wait a minute, let me see it. So it says, The Taste of War, World War II, and the Battle for Food. Got a bitch?
Mm.
And they talk about all the countries over the world.
Mm-hmm.
During World War II, at least 20 million died from starvation, nutrition, malnutrition, and associated deaths pertaining to hunger, and only 19 million was killed in the war, and that's what they're fixing to do now.
So basically, what's happening right now is like that movie Hunger Games, right?
The movie what?
Hunger Games. They came out a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we're about to go into that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're more sophisticated than that. See, since then, all the technology they're using now, all the technology they're using now, and so you sit and you look at what they're saying. Let me see here if I got this here. Starvation is a slow and exclusive process, and I know about that because of fasting. When you fast to get rid of especially diseases, after you consume all your nutrition, the body starts consuming itself. So if you comb your hair today, and the hair in the comb, that's the weak hairs. And so it eats up the weak does. And then it starts, and that motherfucker talked about, man, that there were people that was dying, millions, their liver was no bigger than a quarter. That's how the body starts consuming itself. And that's what we fixing to go through now, man. That's the game. And then looked up, man, and had a friend of mine Google Amazon to see if there's any, and found 2 books about dirt and nutrition. And so that's the salvation, man. People just find them some good dirt around the house, dig that up and eat it, and you can survive on that. But this where this shit is going now.
What about I know you told me about urine therapy. Will you suggest that? Would there be an option too? Urine therapy, like using your urine to sustain yourself?
Didn't I tell you to Google the Indians in India? They've been drinking that. Did you see it?
Yes, sir.
Well, there's a book out there. You get the book?
I'm gonna get the book. I know there's a lot of stuff on Amazon. They got a couple of books out there on Amazon about it.
It's a book called Urine Therapy. That's all. Just get that and you'll see.
Okay, I definitely look into that.
The Indians in India have been drinking their urine for 3,000 years.
And also, go ahead. I'm sorry, Bob. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Oh.
Yeah, I will ask you about Standing Rock. Your take on that? 'Cause I know you've been involved in Native American affairs for a long time as well, too.
Yeah, about what?
The Standing Rock thing up
out
in
there
Dakota.
in
I think it's North Dakota.
North Dakota, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, they've been doing that for years, taking Indian shit. They just didn't know there was going to be this much publicity about it. And just shipping it across, they're talking about it's going to mess up their drinking water in 5 states and all of that, And but then it might be part of the trick to kill a lot of demonstrators. They was here on the holiday. They was here in D.C. All they got to do now with all this shit is kill a bunch of people. Once they bring in martial law, this shit's over. Because nobody has everything to get shut down, So I think that's where it's going.
And also, I know people want me to ask you about this. I know you've never been to Cuba, but your take on Assata Shakur, is he still around, or what's your take on Assata Shakur?
I ain't even paid. Look, once I realized that Castro part of the shit, I ain't even paid no attention to that shit. With all that shit's bullshit, man. Again, I say the most secret Navy base in the world. Okay? It's Guantanamo. Are you going to have it on enemy territory? Shit, case closed. Why waste your time on that?
Yes, sir.
So anyway, it's going to be fun looking at it. I mean, now you got a scorecard. Look at that motherfucker. And the fun is, I'm still laughing about the shit in Ohio State today.
Oh yeah.
Ohio State got 60,000 students, the 6th largest college in America. And here's a motherfucker this weekend the game between Michigan and Ohio State.
Right. Rivalry, yeah.
In Columbus. And the motherfucker didn't blow nothing up. You hear me? This motherfucker ain't killed one fucking student today.
Wow.
Okay? So you know that got to be mind control. Motherfucker comes over here from Somalia with his family of 7.
Right.
Gets citizenship. Goes to the school there. And he come out to kill some fucking students. He got a car. And then they talk about active shooter. Colter County. Motherfucker ain't even got a gun. Shit, little white children, man, can take their daddy's hunting gun, go to school, find it in their backpack. That nigga the other day, last week, little guy at kindergarten had a gun in his backpack. His daddy put it there or something, you know.
Wow.
So, you know, it just ain't no bullshit. And when you waste your time, it's snowing out and you waste your time talking about, if you look in where the rich white folks live, when it snows, the snow is brown because they use sand. Where poor niggas and poor white people, they use salt. The salt melts, get in, and in the last 60 years, cities and areas that use salt, high blood pressure, have increased 80% because the salt melts, gets into the water line. Okay?
Wow.
And the niggas run around and white folks run around. I wonder what I'm doing. I mean, this shit, you ain't have to do nothing. They do it for you. They are talking about population control, and they've been knowing about it for years. So then the plan is at work now. And so here's a motherfucker here. Can come out. This person wanted to kill a student. Why didn't you go into the stadium the other day? Huh? 60,000 students, and you couldn't kill one. And so this is the plan. This is where they're going. And then the bullshit about asking for a recount.
Right.
There ain't nothing they'll get to fucking recount. The bitch with the Green Party, and nobody said, how you raise that money that quick?
Right.
Nah, they reversed the shit. Now we got martial law. They reversed the shit, and people come out. They tell us, and people who ain't but government agents, right? They come out. And then the president stays the president. Say, hey, let's have some fun, shit. So that's what it's like. That's all. And so your family, everybody's good?
Yeah, everybody's good. Yes, sir.
Good. Yeah, so just sitting down looking at, I mean, how many times do you tell people, I got a document here from the Wall Street Journal where they fucked it up, and I get 9 million votes in the state of Pennsylvania and no papers fighting about it? The Wall Street Journal, one time? And there are all the motherfucking people that's talking about voter fraud. Ain't nobody found that in the Wall Street Journal. So, you know, like I said, it's white folk business. Niggas say, what we gonna do? What you gonna do? You on the 747 and one of the engines fall. What the fuck you gonna do, nigga? Why you think you know something? Huh? You can't fix a flat tire. When last time you fixed something? Your bicycle tire? Motherfucker say, what you gonna do a motherfucking thing but sit and watch it until TV, everything shut down. And then you look out the window and see the shit coming your way. With the dogs, man. The millions of dogs that white folk gonna have to release. There ain't no food. Huh? Dogs came from wolves. That's why when they hang out together and run wild, they call wolf packs. I wish you would be trying to go across the street to your brother's house to get some cabbage. And dogs will eat your ass up. See, they got it all coming together at the same time. And all you got to do is just look at it. Huh? And then once you know it, I mean, then you start seeing it. And I went to get a book that this Indian woman wrote. And I'm sitting there looking, And I see this book. I said, wow, man. 300 and some pages about all the places in the world where people were starving, and they blamed the shit on the war. And so I just said, thank God I've been here. I've been here watching the shit for years, and now I've been blessed to be here when the shit ends.
Sir.
So how long you gonna be in town?
About
Yeah, how long you gonna be in Tennessee?
I don't know. I mean, I plan on. I might be going to St. Louis at the end of the month. Or Chicago, but I'll let you know. I mean, if I think you're near me, I'll let you know. And we can connect.
Okay, man. That goddamn thing I did is what's the guy's name? TV Cappy show. Black guy doing
TV1, Roland Martin. Yeah.
And that shit went all over the world, man. When I said, this concludes my mama too, she was like, when you vote for the lesser of the evils, it's because you evil yourself.
That's right. You told the truth.
Huh?
You told the truth. That was the gospel truth right there. That's the real truth.
Yeah, but I mean, many people tell the truth but don't make it.
That's true.
You know?
That's true too.
Yeah. And then, but you say you have to be evil, man. Participate in that. And then niggas is fucked up worse so than white folk because they save you. Lost.
Right. That's right.
Savior lost. Well, anyway. So everything's good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't complain. And,
okay, cool.
Yes,
that show came out okay with it?
Oh, yeah. People, like, they're eating it up. Like, it's really people making people's day and people think about elections, about the evils, and about history and about our place in it. I think a lot of folks are afraid. A lot of our people are afraid right now, but they shouldn't be, like you said. You figure it out.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
A lot of our people are afraid right now, young and old.
Why shouldn't they be? You know, you motherfuckers, why shouldn't they? This nigga scared of dogs, nigga. You grandmother ain't never been on a goddamn plane. You motherfuckers, man, somewhere. You got to sit in the mirror and realize you got a gift that God gave you. A nigga got a right to be scared, nigga. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So what the fuck is this, huh? A lot of our people scared like they just got scared. Motherfuckers been scared, huh?
Yes, sir.
Niggas scared of bills. Niggas go and be shopping and wonder if the credit card gonna hold up. I don't know when you motherfuckers gonna stop that silly shit, man. Huh?
Yes, sir.
A lot of our people are scared like they just got scared. They was scared for Trump, huh? They just got scared.
No, sir.
Shit, motherfuckers, I don't know, man. But what God gave you, you must don't understand what it is, man. Huh? When that God put the magic glasses on you, you can never take them off, and you can never force other people to wear it. And from that day on, you don't see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. That's the fucking gift you got, huh?
Yes, sir.
And you sitting worried about some chicken shit motherfuckers that's scared, huh? Huh? Motherfuckers go get on rides, man. Motherfuckers go to Disneyland and get on a motherfucking ride and be scared. And then when they get off, they say, do me again.
Yes, sir. You're right about that.
And that's your job, man. You ain't got time to be wasting on just bullshit. You know it. You know it. I'm on a plane. A motherfucker take out a gun and shoot a motherfucker. I'll come on your show and say, hey, man, I saw this guy shoot this woman. Why? How the fuck I know, huh?
Right.
How the fuck I know? Like Muhammad Ali. I told people, I can't tell you about Muhammad Ali. And there's something about humans. When you ask them a question, they think they got to answer you. I don't know. There's no words I know can explain Muhammad Ali. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so when you try, you move out of your protocol. Say the greatest human being that lived on the planet. Say one of, well, it might be more than that. I just finished doing the research on Marie Antoinette, man. But the bitch said, let him eat cake.
All right.
And I said, wait a minute, shit, I ain't never met a motherfucker that didn't like cake. And then I find out, I guess, 2 days ago, that they killed that bitch because the king she was married to, dick wouldn't get hard, and the little medical treatment gave didn't work. So she wants some children, so he okayed her to go fuck this guy, and that's where she got these babies from. And then she said, well, I don't have to leave the house, so she started fucking her older son. And they ended up taking that bitch to court. He brought her in and testified, yeah, I was like, she made me fuck her. That's what they killed that bitch for.
Wow.
That's what they killed her for. And these ignorant motherfuckers named the city after that bitch in Ohio. Marie. Huh? And so you sit and you look, and you say, well, how can a lie last that long? How can a lie last that long? And so you look at that shit, man. But that's white folk business.
Right.
You know. And you go to white folks for devious shit, you go to niggas to learn how to cook chitlins.
That's right.
And so then the next thing you do is, punch up fear. What do fear do to the body?
Mm-hmm.
Then you know what's going to start killing niggas. If me and you sitting in a bar and I'm drinking a rum and coke every 5 minutes and you drinking one every hour, so that shit gets into the system, goes to the blood, goes to the heart, then you find out, make like you're talking about fear.
Mm-hmm.
What do fear do? My daughter is the bureau chief of all sex crimes and murders in New York City. Told me, she said, Dad, 75% of all white, this is 2 years ago, 75% of all white women that's murdered in New York is killed by their boyfriend or husband. That's the fucking economy, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's the economy. But you ain't got time to wait. You got time to say, wait, let me figure this out. Let me figure this out. And then a motherfucker think you're a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so-and-so said that. Wow, goddamn, man, so-and-so said that. I did my one of my big sellers, not big as nigga, I did it 50 years ago, called The Shadow That Scares Me. That's Trump. Trump is the fucking shadow, man. The shadow's always bigger than the house.
Mm-hmm.
All these ignorant motherfuckers sit and think Trump's doing this. Well, what about Rockefeller, Mellon, and DuPont, the rich motherfuckers? You think he could do something that they wouldn't kill him if it wasn't against them? That's what this shit is about, man.
That's right.
Cool. And then the last book I came out was Callous on My Soul. And that's is, there had never been a shoe that man made, women made, that'll wear out one of God's feet that made the sun, the moon, and the stars. That's what you fixing to look at now.
Mm.
The callous. Callous. We fucked up the planet. We fucked up this. We fucked up that. And now the shoe is going to get worn, not the foot.
That's right.
So that's where we are. And once you know it, shit, motherfuckers say detour. Oh, you know it's a detour there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going anyway. Shit.
Mm.
Time I get on the motherfucking plane, every time a woman buy a gallon of milk and pay tax to this bitch, and we buy bombs and guns and drop it on babies and shit, huh?
That's
It's
right.
gonna fall on us. And the difference between me and most niggas, I know. I say, shit, what took you so long? I've been saying for years, man. If God don't destroy this nasty fucking country, then that God owns Sodom and Gomorrah. A serious apology.
Mm.
It's that simple. And knowledge, the more knowledge you get, ain't supposed to make you dumber or ask stupid questions. It's to make you understand stuff that you can't even say.
Yes, sir.
All I got to do is get on the radio and create a run in the bank, man. That's one of the major federal laws. You better not create a run in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's a federal crime, and they almost put you in jail with no trial. But it's the fact of knowing it. Shit, me and you, man, can go to some remote village that ain't never had lights, running water, toilets, or nothing like that. And you ever had a coffee percolator? You ever used one? You put the coffee up top,
right,
and the water in the bottom, and then you see the water disappear, and then it drips down. But we could do the same thing, man. Some ignorant ass place where people truly don't know nothing about nothing, and we could take a coffee percolator, put red dye up top, let them look at the water disappear, and when the red shit come by, we can convince these motherfuckers we make blood, huh? That's the whole shit. Stunts. Hollywood become $1 trillion industry. Making stunts, creating stunts, man. And so that's where you are. And you've been blessed. You don't use most of it. But you get caught up in the motherfucking shit instead of looking at it and then asking the next question to yourself.
Yes, sir. What
is this, huh? Shit, you act like niggas just got scared. Niggas been scared ever since you've been around them. Ever since you was born. And then you start seeing shit. Then you start looking at shit. And then once you see it and put it together with what you got, huh? I mean, and then when you sit and look. Did I tell you about the motherfucker called in and told me he listened to what's the white boy that makes $300 million on the radio?
Oh, Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah. It said, guy called him and said, man, I listen to Rush Limbaugh every day, brother, right? So I can help hear what the plans are for the niggas. And he said, the guy called in to him, and he said, you know, DeGregory said that 1.5 million black folks were missing. Did you know that? He said, yeah. He said, so I just, you know about it. You have the, yeah. He said, well, I'm just calling to get the information. He said to him, he said, anything DeGregory say, you don't need to call me for information. Anything he say. And he said, well, how come you haven't used it? He said, because they'll kill me. Okay?
All right.
Well, this is what this shit is about, man. You think I know shit and these right-wing generals don't know it and ain't telling them? Huh? Well, why you want to tell that shit to my grandmother? Huh? Well, that bitch don't know nothing about nothing. That's the hoe that told me Santa Claus was white and that bitch was buying the toys. So what I want to tell it to her for?
Right.
And so that's your job to filter. Now, if you had an audience where you had talked to a bunch of medical doctors at Harvard University, that's a different ballgame. But shit, me and Kathy Hughes, 8 years before anybody ever heard of Obama, had a black FBI agent tell us that it's going to be a black man out of Chicago anybody ever heard of. It's going to be president twice. And then after that, there'll be no more elections. Well, shit, you know. So you start looking and you see. Me and Kathy used to do the show from 6 to 10. And when Reagan was shot, if you had time one day, pull up the Newsweek article that had the picture of the 3 shots he had in the back. Motherfucker never was behind him. That motherfucker was in front of him. Then you know the Secret Service agents shot the motherfucker when he got in the car. Well, I take it a step further than that. We get off the show at 10 o'clock. The phone rings. Dick Gregory, I'm supervisor of nurses at GW. That's where Nick went to. The president just died 10 minutes ago. Now, I'm going to go on TV, radio with that shit, and make every motherfucker discredit me what they want, huh?
Right.
But I've been knowing the motherfucker never died, never walking out the hospital, okay? That's a game, man. That's a fucking game. They can use shit that you discredited, or you crazy. Huh? And so you just... Me and Kathy was on the show one day, and I said, Kathy, if you know anybody out there want to launder some drug money, here's the number you call. And here's the guy's name. This motherfucker, man, had been with 5 presidents. And I guess 2 months later, he gets busted. Him and another guy get busted for laundering drug money. You get anything you want out here, but you got to be careful and understand, is this the government bringing me this? Is this the so-and-so? When my wife brought in the Vietnam massacre file, the New York Times ran the shit today for the white boy. We're going to run it in Cups column. So they can tell it their way. Okay, that's how the shit works, man. And these motherfuckers spend millions and millions of dollars for researching one goddamn program. And we get out here, you ain't got a nickel, you ain't got a motherfucking quarter. You ain't putting nothing in research. I go out and buy all the motherfuckers. I got paper stacked up, I ain't had time to read. So I get little bitty facts that I didn't know.
That's right.
Little facts. Little facts is insignificant. But the more of that shit you throw out there, the more credibility you get. The more the shit, he's born and so-and-so, his mother died on the second birth. That's what gives you credibility, not the horrible shit. That validates your horrible shit when you throw the rest of the shit in.
That's right.
That's what the shit is about. And then you put your book out, man. That's where you make your money. Then you put your fucking book out, man. Shit, I just went out and I guess I bought me $3,000 worth of stuff on the civil rights movement. Why? Because they got little bitty facts in there. Not about the killing, little bitty facts, little bitty shit. That strengthens your shit. You write a book about you, I'll be able to give a fuck about a book of you or the president, but you got to do stuff that covers 300 pages.
Yes, sir.
And then you put it out there. And then they'll run to you, man. That motherfucker, you them motherfuckers on Fox News. That motherfucker comes out with a book every month.
Oh, Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah. So
when Don Imus called me one day, and he said, I said, Don, your good friend, man, is George Kern Goodwin. He's the authority on Abraham Lincoln. I said, did she ever tell you he was gay? You know, is it? Yeah. She said, she never told. She's the authority. You think she don't know? Well, I don't need to ask her. If you say it, you wouldn't say it if you wasn't.
Right.
These motherfuckers know shit, man. Didn't I tell you that, what's his name? Limbo's producer, been a black man for 31 years. I tell you that.
Yes, sir.
And they gay. They live together. That motherfucker so far to the left. But how else could he make $300 million on the radio show? And that's why he's a fucking drug addict. He know he's doing all this shit, creating all this shit. He can't handle it. And then all at once the Washington Times sold for $1. That's how fucked up the shit y'all doing have fucked up the newspapers. For $1 fucking dollar, man. So that's what the shit is about, man. And so you sit and you look at Trump, and his daddy. Well, how come anybody wrote a book recently on his daddy? Where his daddy's money comes from? Shit, we know the biggest thing the mob ever did was control construction in New York.
That's right.
You know, and so you sit and you look, and that's what it is, man. Well, let me get out here and run pick up my son.
Greg, thank you so much.
Anything going down?
This the stuff that's been going down as usual. So much stuff going on. That's about it.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fun. And just keep your eye on it. Okay, and I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Love you, manly, Baba Gregory. And I'll try to connect with you before the end of the year. I'll see if I can connect.
Oh yeah, we'll talk many times for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks.
All right, take care.
Now, let's go to the fact that Cuba. Now, Guantanamo Bay, okay? Guantanamo Bay. If you do the research, you find out that's in Cuba, and America been leasing that from them. U.S. have been leasing the 45 square miles that the base sits on since 1903. They leased that from 1903. Guantanamo Bay, we still leasing it. I thought that was our enemy. And why would you want to put one of the most secret naval bases in the history of America on enemy territory? Huh? So then you got to say, who is Castro? What is this about? Now, hear me good now. We've been leasing that since 1903, and all these ignorant white boys in Congress, they don't know it's two governments. They sitting there mad at the president, on the system, the coast of Guantanamo Bay, okay? The U.S. has been leasing it, since 1903. The base shares a 17-mile border with Cuba. The U.S. pays the Cuban government approximately $4,985,000 a year for the lease. Did you hear me?
I hear you. Wow.
And they sitting here talking about, we can't do business with them thugs. $4 million a year. And 98% of the people work there are Cubans. So what kind of secrets you got that you don't mind your enemy working there, huh?
Wow.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
The U.S. have been leasing 45 square miles the base sits on since 1903. The base shares a 17-mile border with Cuba. The U.S. pays Cuban government approximately $4,985,000 a year for the lease. The last time Cuba accepted payment, okay? But they got it all, okay? Now, the lease can only be terminated by mutual agreement. Wait a minute now. Castro can't terminate it unless you want to fight our guns. Okay? Now, Guantanamo Bay, right?
Yes.
The lease cannot be terminated except by mutual agreement. Approximately 6,000 service members, civilian, and contract workers are at the base. Huh? You got a big operation going. You tell them this is our enemy, and here's a man that don't treat the people right, human rights, and we got to deal with him. And now Americans can't complain about what we do to them captives because it's not on American soil. See how it works?
Yes, sir.
And so this is all these chumps is arguing, today about, this is a killer. How can we do? Well, please. Castro's tourist business, tourist business, you got that? Is about $6 billion a year.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute. What? Yeah. White folks from Europe come in, huh? And where'd you get the planes? Well, for years, over 20, 30 years, he's been leasing United Airlines. Did you hear me? 747s in the wintertime. And we ain't supposed to be dealing with them? Okay. So when we look at the 9/11 attack, September 11 attack in 2001, and look at the military operation in Afghanistan, huh? Detention facilities at Guantanamo was refurbished to hold the detainees from the war on terrorism. Huh? Wow. And who started it? It was George Bush. Huh? George Bush. And so when you look at the inauguration, President Obama signed an exclusive order to close the detention facilities within 1 year. However, the facilities are still open. Somebody must have told me, Mr. President, you just got in, but let me show you this document here. We can't close it. And as of December 2014, is that this year?
Yes, sir.
There were 136 detainees still there. And so when you stop and think about, the timeline, the Republic of Cuba leased 44 miles of land, Guantanamo Base, to the U.S., okay, for a naval station. Building the Navy station began the same year, okay? In 1934, Cuba and the United States signed the agreement to rent the 44 square miles to the U.S. for $4 million of our dollars. 1991, approximately 34,000 Haitian refugees and detainees of the base after they fled the coup in Haiti. We don't know nothing about this, but this is America, owns this. Can't nobody go there without. In 1994 to 1995, more than 50,000 Cubans and Haitians occupied the base at Guantanamo. January the 11th, 2002, the first detainees from Afghanistan and Pakistan arrived. Come on now. June 28th, 2004, a divided Supreme Court ruled that Guantanamo detainees have some rights, but left it open for those rights will be exercised. Okay, hear me. And so it goes on and on and on. So all of these thugs and fools on TV now, the pundits are saying, wait a minute, wait. And nobody mentions this blank check we have with Cuba.
Right.
Now we'll skip to JFK, 1963. The nuclear missile crisis.
So that's 62 or 63?
62.
Okay.
And the Russians said, y'all better get those nuclear missiles off of there. That's what the Russians said. Okay. They had nuclear missiles in Cuba aimed at Russia. So then they made the heavy drama in the sea and all of that. And what happened? Here's what really went down. Poland had American missiles, hear me, mounted, aimed at Russia. The nuclear missiles in Cuba was aimed at us. So they held all that drama. They had made a deal long before all that crap. That Poland, you move your missiles, nuclear missiles from Poland, we'll move ours there. And they had the whole world believing it could be the beginning of World War III. That's how the stuff works, okay?
Yes, sir.
And so some kind of way, when you look at what they telling us, and you think the New York Times, I know this New York Times don't know it? You think I know this and the Washington Post don't know it? You think certain members of Congress don't know them two elite FBI agents that had the whole investigation was killed in the accident? Do you really believe that? And so, again, this is today's news, and nobody seems to know anything about it other than this man's a devil. This man, can you believe all the stuff that he's doing against humanity? Look how he treats his own people. Well, do you know Egypt for the last 30 years get Egypt's army get $1.5 billion from the United States government? The army, not Egypt, not the folks that's hungry.
Yes, sir.
And that's who overthrows. Anytime somebody come in, we overthrow them. They dictate to us, They dictate to us. And so, consequently, what we're looking at, okay, is a game, and, it's too late now. And so consequently, when you sit and look at this and feel it. Now, here's Putin. Y'all need to write this down and check it, because this is too devastating to take somebody's word for it, okay? Right after the World Cup.
Okay.
In July. On July the 16th, Putin was over there at the World Cup. So he held a press conference in Brazil. And he announced that Russia is writing off 90% of Cuba's debt. Okay? Ahead of Putin's big tour of South America. Okay? Now, what was the debt? 90%, right? He rolled off, right? That means, so he didn't write off all, right?
Right, he didn't write off.
So how much was 90% of the debt he wrote off? $32 billion. Wow. Russia has written down $32 billion of Cuban Soviet-era debt. Okay? So now the Cubans now is required to pay back $3.2 billion over the next 10 years. Now, the whole thing changes now, right?
Right.
Okay? The first payment from Cuba is expected in October, and the money will be transferred on an account of the Russian leaders' banks, open the National Bank of Cuba. Okay? Now listen to this now. Then on the 17th, that morning, he announced that the Russians was putting over $100 billion, a kitty for South Africa, India, China, and 2 other South American countries. Y'all can look that up.
Mm-hmm.
And that would equal the World Bank. He said we'll no longer have to go to these thugs with our hat in our hand.
Right.
And then he went on to say there's one country in Europe has 30 million people, but in the World Bank they have a larger vote than China, who has a couple of billion.
Oh,
and he says, so y'all can go to hell. Now let me tell you what's happening now. All of this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
All of this is going on. Okay?
Hmm.
And so all at once now, America have to come out and make like, oh, we're going to forget this here. We're going to let these folks come back home. And the first day, they never told us that it was 2 people coming. That spy.
Right.
That spy, huh?
They stuck that in there.
Yeah.
They did. I didn't know about that spy until like late last night.
Yeah.
I started looking at it.
No, let's watch this now. Let's run to now. Watch this now. So now, Castro, black folk go over there and go to medical school.
Right.
Yep. But while you stand over there, what you do? Do you know they got mind control? Not them, us. Do you know that? Okay.
Greg, I want to ask you this too, man. I know we touched on it before. I want to know what was the Hugo Chavez thing, because he was being treated in Cuba. Was that part of the deal too?
Wait. Chavez, huh?
Right. He was being treated for cancer in Cuba.
Wait. No, we got to tell my grandmother who it was.
Oh, Hugo Chavez was the president of Venezuela.
Venezuela, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had oil. He had
a lot
of
of
oil. So we get it here now. It still comes in.
Right.
And so Castro had cancer and cured it, right?
Right.
So why wouldn't his friend go there? Because his friend don't know Castro works for us. His friend went there and didn't get cured.
Wow.
His friend went there. Now there's people out there saying, no, Castro's a good guy. Castro's good. He sent soldiers to Africa. That was for us.
Right.
That was so they couldn't deal with the Chinese. Huh? You see, here's what happened. White folks continued their country to China to build a railroad. They sit and sip June, what they call it, that little drink with gin and
ginseng or anything.
Huh?
Ginseng or something like that.
Yeah, they sip that while the black folk do the work. And then so when they get through, the black folk know how to build a railroad. Trying to go to Africa and build your railroad, they let you sit and sip mint juleps while they build a railroad, and when they leave, you don't know how to build a railroad, so you have to keep calling them back.
I like that. Okay.
And so and so all at once now, Cuba is about, and you have to look this up and let your readers know, your listeners know, Cuba is about 79% real dark black folk.
Right.
It's not one in the cabinet.
That's right.
It's not one in the cabinet. There's not one in government. Huh?
That's crazy.
So when I asked them, I said, well, how come the dark ones, they don't want to come? I said, well, look like dark Jamaicans, huh? Trinidad don't have no trouble coming. Y'all not that far from there. Them black folks think that much different? Huh?
That's the same thing in Brazil in terms of like the color, color issue. In like Brazil, you don't have to see any, dark-skinned Brazilians out there being paraded and promoted.
There's none. Can't parade. You can go out there and be an athlete like Charles Barkley.
Yes, sir. Sabrina Green, welcome to We All Be.
Hi, greetings.
Girlfriend, God bless you and the family.
Gregory.
Yes.
A blessing to you, too.
Did you call me recently?
Wow. I talked to you on Sunday. And
well, I thought somebody called me and left a message.
Yeah. That was calling you to let you know about with the Cuban 5 getting released.
Yeah, but you told me. See, I didn't hear that. See, my phone blinked out. So when we hang up, would you please call me?
Okay.
The message was kind of blinked out. Okay. Okay, so we on now.
Yeah. Okay. With Cuba and Venezuela and Chavez, one with CELAC, which was formed about this time a couple of years ago. And there was another program, I can't remember what the other program that Chavez formed with a lot of Latin America and the countries of CELAC. And so that then the anniversary of that is about this time of year, because I remember when he formed it in December. But with Chavez being killed, when he came back from Cuba, he was healthy. But the place that he was in Venezuela, there were 2 Air Force people. And matter of fact, when they found out their presence there in Venezuela and Caracas, they had them removed from the country. And with that, then of course the U.S. insisted that the embassy officials that they be removed from from the embassy here in the States and that. And so that would happen there. So, obviously with the Venezuelans, there had been suspicion about his death. But also when you were talking about with Jim Jones with Guyana, from what I remember, I thought that the real reason of what went down there was because of the congressperson that was down there.
The guy, congressman from California. Yes.
Right. Yes. No. That of killing of him that. And lately with what happened with with the release and the changes on here, I've been told to communicate to people to follow with Telesort, especially what's going to happen in the next days coming up here. Because the release of Gross was not just only for Hanukkah, but on January 1st is the anniversary of the revolution in Cuba.
Yes.
So
now hold that. No, hold it. 1 second.
Okay.
Did you know the United States government financed Batista and him?
Yes.
Did you know that? Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you remember when Castro came here and marched in Harlem?
Yes.
Did you know before he came here and marched in Harlem, he had a ticker tape parade down Pennsylvania Avenue? Did you know that?
Well, Pennsylvania in D.C. or
did you hear what I just said, dear lady?
Yes.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that about
okay.
Pennsylvania Avenue.
Hey, brothers, you sit there, my man, and pull that up real quick before we get off. Okay? The ticker tape parade. And what was the greatest revolutionary of our time? What was his name? He fought with Castro?
Che Guevara.
Che Guevara. Castro helped kill him. He's never a punk thug. Castro helped kill him. Did you hear me?
Wow.
Are you looking for that?
Yeah.
Ticker tape parade. Castro down Pennsylvania Avenue.
They said he was given I'm looking at the Washington Times, and he was given a ticker tape parade in New York and spoke to Harvard.
No. We know that. That was in Harlem.
Yeah.
I'm saying he was given a ticker tape parade down Pennsylvania Avenue before he ever knew where Harlem was. Okay?
Right.
You don't see nothing coming up?
I'm typing it in.
Okay. And so, girlfriend, thank you. I just love your information and your whole piece.
Well, I certainly love your information because you give us a real re-education of everything.
Well, sometimes we get together again. I tell you the real thing about Kennedy. Okay.
Okay. All righty. Your thanks.
Nothing come up.
No, nothing. It's just I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna try to find it. And
did you know, sister, that Kennedy's brain was missing?
Yes.
Okay, now think about
you telling us that.
Think about this. Here's a man shot. We don't know who did it. Everybody think it could have been Castro, it could have been the Russians. Who could get that close to the body to steal his brain? Okay. Did you know the coffin that they buried him in? Now you can pull this up. That's what I'm giving. You know the coffin that they buried him in, put in the ground. Do you know they dug that coffin up and threw it in the ocean?
Oh.
Did you know?
Yes, because you had mentioned that on before.
Okay.
Show. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's mean, girlfriend. It is mean. It's not mean if you've been following it, and following it, and following it.
BBC News said it. Kennedy's casket dumped in...
Wait. Slow up.
BBC News stated that Kennedy's casket was dumped in the Atlantic Ocean about 9,000 feet.
Yeah. We got the exact measurement where it is. We could find somebody could swim, could go down there. Why would they hide that? Because it's radio shows like yours that's going to make people in colleges that's doing the research go in there and look, and they would see the blood and the whole thing. And did you know the car that he was riding in that day at 4 o'clock that evening, they sent it back to Cincinnati where they make them and had the whole car overhauled? What about forensics? What about blood splatter?
Right. Yeah.
And when the Kennedy family was trying to find out, they started killing them and make like it's a bad omen.
They killed the Kennedys and kept the Bushes, huh? I heard that. I want to ask this before we go, Brother Gary. I'm appreciative of you taking the time.
But you still didn't find out about the march here.
No, I didn't find it. I know you tried out for the Washington Senators back in the day as a pitcher, but that's another story. I know that part. But